Growth and development are often used to mean the same thing in a colloquial language. However, scientifically speaking, growth and development are two distinctly different events in the organization and formation of mature plants and its body structure. From the biological perspective, the terms growth and development cannot be used interchangeably. So, let's proceed to the meaning of growth. So, growth, a reversible increase in the size of an organ or even an individual cells. Growth as the fundamental characteristic of that is easily observed in all living organisms, and it is a permanent increase in the size of all individuals cells in a plant. Also, growth required energy and hence the accompanies of anabolism and catabolism. So, plant growth. Plants undergo interdiminate growth unlike animals. They have the capacity to grow through their life due to the presence of meristems. Meristem cells with dividing ability in the same location in their body. So this addition of new cell by meristem is called an open form of growth. So the meristems have two types. So apical meristem and the lateral meristem. So apical meristem located at the root tips shoot tip of all plants. They are responsible for the primary growth of the plant, that is elongation of plant along its axis, while the lateral meristems such as vascular cambium and core cambium are present in woody plants, and they are responsible for the secondary growth of the plants, which cause an increase in the girth of the plant parts such as stems and branches. Also, plant growth is measurable. Accessing the circular level growth refers to an increase in an amount protoplasm which is difficult to measure. Hence, is measured by different parameters such as size, area, length, and number. And now, let's proceed to the phases of growth. The phases of growth are zone of cell division, zone of maturation, zone of elongation. So, zone of cell division contains the rapidly dividing cells of meristems. The cells are characterized by rich protoplasm, large nuclei, thin primary cell wall with more plasmadesmata. So, the zone of elongation lies next to the meristematic tissues. They are characterized by enlarged deposition of new cell wall, thin layer of cytoplasms, large vacuole, and nucleus, while zone of maturation is seen on the cells next to the elongation tissue. These cells characterized by mature cells that are reach maximum size in terms of cell wall, thickening, and protoplasm. So, let's proceed to the condition of growth. Plants require specific conditions for growth include water, oxygen, nutrients, temperature, light, and gravity. So water, it's access medium for metabolic reaction required for growth. Oxygen is required by the plants for the release of energy in food. The nutrients, macro and micronutrients, are used as energy sources in the synthesis of cellular contents like protoplasm. In addition, plants need an optimum temperature for proper growth. The growth of plants depends on light as they manufacture food by the photosynthesis. Gravity determines the direction of shoot and root growth in plants. And now, let's proceed to differentiation, de-differentiation, redifferentiation. So, differentiation, it is a process in which the cells in meristem, root apical, and shoot apical, and cambium differentiate and mature to perform specific functions. For example, some of the meristematic meristematic cells of the procambium lose protoplasm and develop strong elastic secondary cell walls to form vascular tissues. These tissues help in the transportation of water and food in plants. While de-differentiation is the exact opposite, differentiation under the certain condition, living differentiated cells regain the capacity of cell division, while redifferentiation, the differentiated cells can provide and produce that again lose the capacity to divide but mature to perform specific functions. Plant growth is open. It can be indeterminate or determinate. And now, let's proceed to development. Development, it is a process that includes all changes of an organism from seed generation to senescence. There are different pathways followed by plants in response to the environment and form different structures. Plant development includes all stages of plant. And plant development includes both an increase in the number of cells as well as differentiation. Growth and differentiation and development are closely related events. A plant cannot develop if cells do not grow and differentiate. The key difference between enzymes and hormones is that enzymes are protein that acts as biological catalyst, are the catalyst that escalates the metabolic reactions rate and its specificity. It is a protein with unique three-dimensional structure acting as biocatalyst. The function of enzymes help in a breaking down and digestion of large nutrition molecules such as protein, carbohydrates, fats into small molecules so that body can use them as a fuel. Enzymes have inorganic elements, vitamins, which helps them in an action perform. They work as a prosthetic groups, whereas hormones do not have such as prosthetic groups. The production of enzymes occurs due to the stimulation process. And now, hormones, on the other side, are chemicals which, when let out on the one part of the human body by cells or gland, will send signals or messages to the other parts and function of the body. It is also known as a chemical messenger. Is a chemical or signaling molecules released into the bloodstream to circulate the message to different organs of the body. It is also known as a chemical messenger. This helps the organs and tissues of the body to function according to the message. Also, hormones help in the communication between tissues and activities such as tissue functions, digestion, sleep, metabolism, stress indications, respiration, excretion, reproduction mode, manipulation, growth and development, maintenance of the body temperature and the thirst. They're found in multimacular organism as they are produced by glands in multimacular organism. Also, hormones are used for two-way communications. First is between two endocrine glands to change the level of hormones that are releasing. In this, the function of the endocrine glands is to release an hormones that sends a message to the target gland. Enzymes and vitamins and hormones. Enzymes are the protein molecules and act as a catalyst, while they are required for various metabolic activities to maintain and inhibit or Hormones are the chemical messenger that activate the target gland and regulate the metabolism by feedback inhibition. Enzymes, vitamins, and hormones are common in regulating metabolism. Okay. What is plant hormones? Plant needs sunlight, water, oxygen, minerals for their growth and development. These are external factors. Apart from this, there are some intrinsic factors that are regulate the growth and development of plants. These are called plant hormones or phytohormones. The plant hormones are chemical compounds present in a very low concentration in plants. They are derivatives of indole, which is auxin, terpenes or gibberellins, adenine, cytokinins, carotenoids or abscisic acid, and gases ethylene. These are hormones are produced in almost all parts of the plant and are transmitted to the various parts of the plant. They act as synergistically or individually. Roles of different hormones can be complementary or antagonistic. Hormones play an important role in the process like vernalization, protopopism, seed germination, dormancy, etc. Along with the extrinsic factors, synthetic plant hormones are exogenously applied for controlled crop production. Charles Darwin first observed the phototropism in the coleoptiles of the canary grass and FW, when first isolated auxin from the coleoptiles of oat seedlings. What are the main functions of plant hormones? Plant hormones control all the growth and development activities like cell division, enlargement, flowering, seed formation, dormancy, and abscission. Based on their action, plant hormones are characterized into two categories: the plant growth promoters and plant growth inhibitors. So, auxin hormones means to grow. They are widely used in the agricultural and horticultural practices. They are found in the growing apices of roots and stem and then migrate to other parts to act. So, types of plant hormones. The first type is the auxin, means to grow. They are widely used in the agricultural and horticultural practices, and they are found in the growing apices of roots and stems and then migrate to other parts to act. They are usually synthesized in the tip of shoots. It helps them to grow longer when plants are placed facing a light source. They show bending towards it. This is because the auxin diffuses towards the shady side of the shoot, stimulating the cells to grow longer. So, the function of auxin promotes the growth of stems, roots, and fruits by cell elongation. During the process, cell wall is extensively increased. These hormones induces cells wall loosening or relaxation. Plant cells wall gets stretched like a rubber. When put down in the tension, rate of the cell elongation is proportional to auxin concentration. Stem cell elongation requires more auxin in comparison to roots. Also, auxin delay leaf senescence, aging or falling of leaves. Also, auxin promote the growth of apical buds and inhibit the growth of lateral buds. In the majority of vascular plants, apical buds dominate over lateral buds. The growth of lateral buds um, occurs only after the removal of apical buds. This phenomenon of the suppression of growth of lateral buds by apical buds is called apical dominance. Auxin-induced rooting in the cutting of some plants like rose, bougainvillea, and etc. helps in cell division and cell um, xylem's differentiation. The second one is gibberellins. These are hormones that helps in the growth of the stems and flowers. In higher plants, gibberellins are mainly um, distributed in region like stem apex, root apex, buds, and seed, or etc. The main function of gibberellins is to promote the growth of internodes by cell elongation. Gibberellins break seed dormancy and initiate germination. Um, Also, they promote fruit growth and are capable for inducing parthenocarpy. They also delay on senescence or aging. Gibberellins are also widely used in the horticulture and food industry. These hormones enhance the longitudinal growth of internodes in dwarf plants. They're used as commercially to increase the length of grapes, elongate apples, and improve their shape. Gibberellic acid is used to speed up the malting process in brewing industry. And the third one is cytokinins. These are the hormones which promote cell division. Highest concentration of cytokinins occurs in germinating seeds, developing fruits, embryo, and etc. Areas of rapid cell division. Cytokinins are widely distributed in plants. They are produced in root tips and are transported through xylem cells. The five important functions of cytokinins are cytokinins stimulate plant growth by cell division against auxin and gibberellins, which stimulate growth by cell elongation. They promote to cell division even in non-meristematic tissues. In seeds, cytokinins cause expansion of cotyledons, and then they break seed dormancy and promote germination. They promote chlorophyll synthesis in the chloroplast and delay leaf senescence. Cytokinins inhibit as apical dominance. The fourth one is ethylene. Ethylene is the only hormone which is gas or ordinary temperature. It is produced in fruits and remain in the same fruit. Therefore, unlike other hormones, its site of synthesis and site of action are not different. A gas causing ripening of fruits was first found to be emanating from oranges will help in the ripening of bananas when stored together. Ethylene is produced in higher plants and fungi. Um, all living cells are capable for producing ethylene, but more ethylene is produced in meristematic tissue. And the important function of ethylene are ethylene causes two processes in plants: reduction in stem elongation and acceleration of senescence. Besides, also helps in ripening of fruits, initiating germination in peanut seeds, sprouting of potato tuber, promoting root growth, and root hair formation, inducing flowering in mango. Thus, ethylene is the most widely used plant growth hormone in agriculture. Last one is abscisic acid or ABA. Abscisic acid is a growth retarding hormone. It is found in angiosperm, gymnosperm, pteridophytes, and some mosses. It is found in the chlorophyll of leaves, fruits, and seeds contain the highest amount of ABA. The important function of abscisic acid acts as a general plant growth inhibitor by slowing down plant metabolism. Also, ABA inhibits seeds germination and development. It induces seed dormancy and thereby helps seed to withstand desiccation or extreme dryness and other factors unfavorable for growth as opposite to gibberellins. And it accelerates senescence, aging, and abscission or falling of leaves, buds, and flowers and fruits. ABA also stimulates the closure of stomata in the epidermis and increases the tolerance of plants to various kinds of stressiness. Therefore, it also called as stress hormones. And that's all. Thank you, Mom.